We got finally the first active speaker review on my channel. Pretty excited about it. Active speakers that for sure are the future of the hi-fi or already the present, but how it sounds compared to a stereo hi-fi that has the same retail price. If you want to know more about it, keep watching, subscribe to the channels to support my work, and let's do it. In descriptions or here you can find the unboxing video that I did for Christmas last year, together with the Project 5 Box S2. Review coming soon. If I did it already, I will let it in description. The FORTE A5 MK2 is the flagship bookshelf active speaker of Argon Audio and is coming with a retail price in Europe of €699. Cabinet size, as you can see, is pretty small, just a little bit bigger than my head, and is available in 3 beautiful finishes. It looks really elegant, modern, and is coming with a magnet grille that is hiding a two-way bookshelf speaker with a 5-inch mid driver and a 1-inch soft dome tweeter. On the main speaker, that is the left one, you can find also a blue status LED, and which I would have preferred was a small display just to read the volume status, at least to show the volumes level, something that is not visible anywhere, make it difficult to understand where you are, but let's say that is not a big deal. The rear upper reflex port will probably affect the sound quality if you push it closer to the wall, something that I noticed during my setup, but we will speak about it just in a moment later. On the main left speaker we find a Phono Turntable input, one RCA aux if you would like to connect, for example, your CD player, subwoofer output, optical and HDMI input, and the analog output to connect the right speaker. Connection that has to be done with these special cables provided with the speaker, that could remain visible if you will place the speaker just on a stand, but no problem if they stay on a furniture. In any way, from Argon Audio website you can purchase a longer cable of 6 or 10 meters. Unfortunately, there is no possibility to swap left with right channels, something that could be interesting if you have, for example, the power socket on the right or the HDMI port of the televisions on the right. So just keep it in mind that you may also need these two longer cables. Remote control is more intuitive and it has everything you need to control the FORTE A5 MK2. My only concern is the volume control that jump high up too quickly when pressed and held. So you may find yourself clicking many times on it, especially between tracks with different volumes. But something interesting that I found, for example, on Spotify is these options to normalize volumes between tracks, that in this case helped me a lot. Out of the box, the FORTE A5 MK2 has a sort of V-shape tonality with a mid-range that was slightly dull, but give it 2-3 weeks of times and things will change drastically. Mid-range will open forward with vibe, intelligibility and contrast. Vocals have good clarity and actually I was really surprised, a good timbre for an Bluetooth speaker. Something that I was not expecting on the mid-range, that also the instruments are well reproduced, actually considering the technology. I forgot about Bluetooth. Pair the speaker is really easy, so I didn't have any problem. Just connect with your smartphone, pair it and that's it. Bass is placement biased. Moving the speaker closer to the wall was plentiful but never boomy, and in a standalone configurations more tight and dry. Did the speaker need a subwoofer? Well, closer to the wall in my opinion not, but in a standalone configurations and especially if you are going to listening electronic music, dance, hip hop, then yes. Anyway, in a standalone configurations I play it without subwoofer, and for example with this beautiful track I'm Your Woman, his voice is absolutely stunning. The drums was punchy, firm and solid, no subwoofer needed, and I was really impressed considering the size. Another track that let me actually really impressed was Taste. Beautiful, slam, great sub bass extensions, okay, maybe not sub bass but bass extensions, and I really enjoy it also without subwoofer. Moving on electronic music, I pair it with the Bass 8, also from Argon Audio, that will get a separate review. What about bass definitions? Well, in some music genres, especially on jazz music, where I like these bass lines that has a beautiful textures because it's going to play actually most of the times with piano or with other instruments, so I like to have a good separations. The FORTE A5 was slightly congested, so for this type of music I still prefer actually also an entry-level hi-fi system with a dedicated amplifier. Treble is well extended, probably too much, no sense of roll-off, and a slight emphasizations on upper treble. Not ultra fatigue, and I could listen the speaker actually for 2-3 hours before a break. Because it's a speaker that you will enjoy primarily at high volumes. It's giving the best at high volumes. There is a ultra small, slightly sibilance and F emphasizations on voices, but you will get a good sense of air surrounding voices and instruments. Speaker placement has a strong center imaging, with voices and instruments located between the speaker, never in your face or not too much in deepness. At least in my setup and in my room. I noticed that the speaker doesn't require a big toe-in. In my opinion, doesn't require a toe-in at all. I prefer the speaker placed straight. And in the beginning I thought that the soundstage actually was pretty small or not wide. Till I played this track, and on the intro there is this beautiful effect coming from the left to the right, and I say, hey, because I have also home theater setup here, are coming from the surround speaker that I have behind me, was just crazy, unbelievable. Another great song that impressed me for the soundstage is this beautiful track from Rosalia. Beautiful ones on voices and a big soundstage, something crazy, right, for a Bluetooth active speaker? I test the FORTE A5 MK2 with HDMI and optical connections connected to my LG 65 OLED TV and PlayStation 5. And the first things that you want to do is enable on HDMI the PCM digital output. Otherwise you will get this. So absolutely no bitstream. On movie I got a great intelligibility, voices was deep, and as I said, you will need a subwoofer.
As the world fell, each of us in our own way was broken. It was hard to know who was more crazy. Me or everyone else.
And here something strange happened, because I play first Mad Max on Blu-ray through my PlayStation 5 and everything was amazing. I got a beautiful sub-bass extensions and a great experience and immersions. But moving on Netflix that I have it on my TV, things on the sub-bass becomes really strange. I don't know, but was like the LFE channels didn't want to work. Yes, the subwoofer was working because it's taking the output from the FORTE A5 speaker, but something was missing. I didn't get this deepness and sub-bass extensions, so I did some test. I switched between HDMI and optical cables, but I didn't figure out where is the problem. Same things also happened by streaming on Disney Plus through my PlayStation 5. So it's really strange. Netflix and Disney Plus, it's like the LFE channels, it's not there. Blu-ray, everything was fine. Even playing Call of Duty or Gran Turismo 7, I never noticed any subwoofer problem, with shots and explosions that was realistic, big and immersive. I have no idea. If you have it, just let me know. And in the end I test also the phono stage connected to the turntables, also from Argon Audio, the beautiful TT4. The review is available in description. It works really great, I didn't got any noise issue, so everything was really fine. I will probably take in consideration the entry level from Argon Audio as turntable, the Argon Audio TT, that has only a retail price of €230. So you will get your beautiful systems. You can also change color contrast or use it at with the same finish. But I understand and respect that there is a big audience that doesn't want to see many stuff, gears, cables, and this is definitely more than an entry-level solution. So in the end I had a lot of fun to test the FORTE A5 MK2. It may have some imperfections, especially with the HDMI, that forced me to leave 4 on 5 stars rather than 5 on 5. But it may be that you connected and even encountered the problem that I had. We know how is HDMI and the digital world. Complicated. But with that out, I like the small, beautiful, compact size, elegant speaker, and absolutely the idea to don't have any amplifier. Just two cables on and between the speaker, and first of all a 2-channel stereo for every family member, accessible from your smartphone in an easy way every day. From Med Audio is everything. I hope you enjoyed the review, considering to subscribe to the channel to support my work, and see you soon. Peace.